Today I'm going to show you some of the modifications I made to this 2009 Aluma MCT tow behind motorcycle trailer that I purchased for my 2018 Honda Goldwing DCT Tour. I purchased this 2009 Aluma trailer from a gentleman in Waycross, Georgia, a place that I renamed Way Across because it's way across Georgia from Fayetteville that I had to drive to go pick this trailer up. I used the trailer I used to tow my Goldwing to go get this trailer and bring it home safely. One of the first things I noticed is that these struts were shot. The trailer door would not hold up by itself when I first tried to open it. Now you can see the old struts in, and you can hear them dampening. That's the problem though, they won't hold it up. You hear them dampening, but they won't hold the lid up. That's why they have to be replaced. As you can see, the previous owner had pieces of carpet lined in the bottom. We'll address that later. This was the old shock I took off of the trailer. It's made by a company called a brand called Genesis by Stabilis. And like I said, it was dampening, but it wasn't enough to hold the trailer up. And as you can see, it has the standard connections that these things have, and you open them by prying these little clips upward. That's how they look when they're closed. And see those openings on the top and the bottom is where you put your screwdriver to pry open to get it open like this one is open now. And it slides right off. Here are the new struts I received. They appear to be the same size. The heads may be a little bit bigger, but we'll see what happens. I ordered these struts from Amazon. All you have to do is take a measurement of your strut when they're closed and a measurement when they're open, so you can make sure you have the proper diameter and range of the strut so that it will fit properly. This is the brand Truck Up Fitters Gas Premium Strut, and there's the part number. The struts as attached. Like I said before, all you got to do is put a screwdriver underneath his head. Ouch. Underneath his head. And lift it out. That's all it takes. Lift it, put it under his head, pull it out. Pulling the bangers out. And the film and the tape is at the same time. That's how it drops off. Same thing on both sides. The kit came with its own balls like this, that they're the same size so you don't have to replace them. So all we have to do is take this. Remember the orientation of the struts, the old one where the strut part was on top. So I'm going to put it in the same way. All I got to do is push this ball up against it and push in. And that's how simple that is. Lift it up. Swivel it around. Line this up and push in. Line this up and push in. There. Already with just one strut in, it's holding the door up now. Makes a difference. I gotta make sure it closes. Voila, it closes. Release it. And it opens up. One successful strut installation. This is good. I'm gonna put the other one on, and that's all you got to do. Repeat your step for the left side. As you can see, both struts are installed now. The clearance is good. Matter of fact, now you got to push down really hard to get this thing closed. Latched. I'm gonna release it. Look, the lid goes up by itself. Show you again. Down, I'm not gonna latch it, lift up, and the lid goes up. This is great. I like this. The previous owner bolted a piece of wood on the end of the cooler tray to fit a smaller cooler that he was using. I thought this was a good idea, so when I bought my cooler, I realized that it was larger than the one he was using, but smaller than the tray itself. So I realized I will have to trim down the wood to fit my cooler now. The mark on the wood, unbolted it from the trailer, then used my brother-in-law's table saw to trim it down to size, then reattached it to the trailer. Here's how it looked now. The new fitment of the cooler on the trailer. It's now on there nice and snug. It's not moving. I like this cooler for its ability to drain excess water off the cooler when I'm done and get ready to offload it. What you don't see here are the bungee cords I have that will hold it down by the handles on the side, and there's another one that will go across the top to keep it from opening while I'm traveling. One thing I'm thankful for is that my ability to have worked on this trailer inside. This is an area I used to call my motorcycle room because that's where I used to keep my 2 motorcycles when I first built this house. The motorcycle had a lot of oxidation on different parts of the trailer, so I knew I need to work on that next to get it a little bit shiny, but I didn't know how to approach it. This is the way the trailer looked when I bought it. Not bad looking, but it's a little dull. I'll try to show you what it looked like when I polish it. So these are the wheels. They're kind of golden looking. And we'll see what they look like when I polish them up. I didn't put a whole lot of work in the wheels, but this is how they looked like when I finished with them. And I will do a little bit more work on them later on. This is the trailer before I apply the polish. Show you that fender. That'll be our determining mark. I'll share with you, these are the different products that I used on this trailer. I first tried the metal polish in the middle, and it did okay. And then later on I realized I needed more work, so I used the red, which is made for buffers mainly. But then later on I realized I needed the oxidizers on there. The oxidizer made a big difference. I'll show you later. I went over the flat aluminum pieces with some of the new polish. That made a big difference in it. So I'll probably do some more later, but it looks better. Even the wheels look a little better. Got to work on those some more. And this is the shine afterwards. Made quite a difference on the diamond plate. Not so much so on the regular aluminum pieces, but it did clean up pretty nicely. Might have to do it again, but you can see the shine, especially in the diamond plates. Looks pretty good. Might have to put some more work into it. Look at what a difference the deoxidizer made. Took out those stains in the fenders. Keep in mind I have not waxed this yet. Look at that shine. I'm impressed with this deoxidizer. And she is all deoxidized, waxed, and shined up and ready to go. I really love the way it looks now. As I mentioned to you earlier, the previous owner had some padding at the bottom of the trailer along with a few pieces of carpet on top of that to keep things from being bounced around in the trailer and having contact with the aluminum. But I thought I wanted something better than that. The trailer inside after vacuuming and before cleanup. I'm gonna clean this up really good and get ready to put the carpet in. I ordered from Amazon a roll of faux marine boat decking that I could use inside the trailer. I wanted this because I wanted the trailer to be resistant to water, but I also didn't want anything too hard that I wouldn't be able to cut. Even though this faux decking came with a self-adhesive backing, I purchased a can of 3M adhesive to help the stick stay down better than what the backing could offer. If you're going to do this, I highly recommend you order one of these carpet cutters, as you've seen here. This thing was instrumental in my being able to cut straight lines across this decking. Also, I would suggest getting a long metal ruler like I did. This is about a 48-inch ruler that was quite helpful in making straight lines across this decking. Needless to say, it was hard getting all the measurements I needed to make sure I made the perfect cut each time, but it was worth my time that I put in. Here's a practice run of putting in my first cut to make sure it fits before I take the backing off of it. Just a preview of what it's going to look like in there when I'm done. It's going to go along the side as well. It's going to look nice. Here are photos after I got my first piece installed and getting ready for my next ones. The first piece is in. Had a little trouble shoving it underneath those ledges. And I shoved a little further back than I should have. But it's in there. Here I am on the test run on my side piece that I'm putting in. What I did was, when I made this piece fit correctly, I just took it as a template and reversed it on my roll so I can make the piece for the other side. I did that on all the side pieces. This is going to look with the piece at the bottom and the piece on the side. I'm going to have some openings for the frames there because I realize the wires are running through there, so I'm going to leave them open. But it's going to look pretty good. This is the old side, bare. This is what the new side is going to look like. These are photos of our finished product. You notice I went ahead and did those side little panels and left access holes for the wiring. There we go. A fully lined trailer. All the way down. And it took me a minute to work on that back, but I got her done. No aluminum to be seen other than in the few corners where it needs to be. Another quick look of the Goldwing with trailer attached. Eventually I have some lights on that. Speaking of lights, I was trying to figure out what to do with this object I bought for my smart car that got lost in an accident. So I try to figure out a way of using it on my trailer. So this is what I use to put lights on my trailer to match the lights on my Goldwing. As with most projects, you need to start out with a plan. So I did this basic drawing of my trailer and show where I intended to put lights so I can know exactly how many I needed to finish my project. I used my 12-volt battery jumper and power supply to help me test the light as I was working on my project to see how they would work. This is a test of the light system I'm putting on. These would be the left and right side of the trailer. That's going to be on the tongue, and it's going to be at the rear, and the white one's going to be underneath the front. So that's going to set it up nicely. I found a location underneath the trailer to put my lights on the frame and then hide the module between the frame and the rest of the body to keep from getting hit by water. Then I ran my main wires after I tapped into the wires up front through these channels to come to the back to feed the module. I propped the nose of the trailer up, then chocked behind the wheels so that I can work underneath the trailer and to place my module in between the frame. Here's where I mounted the module using the self-adhesive tape, but I used zip ties to secure it even further. Here's the trailer with the lights on it. One on the tongue on both sides, and the underglow under here. So real quick, let's go around just to the tips right there on both sides. Here's the trailer after I completed my project and before I got to do the official wiring to the trailer wiring harness. But I discovered that that tag light on their trailer was not working, and I had never did this before. So all I realized to do was I pulled it up and had to go get another tag light like this, and using a simple tool like this to lift it up, I was able to pry it up, and there was a single wire connection. Here are the lights with underglows and matching lights that will match my bike across the back side right there. There's some LEDs at the bottom down there and goes to the other side. And I'll be able to match these lights to whatever I'm running on the Goldwing. This is after I tapped into the wiring harness for the trailer so I can power the lights on here. Here it is. Got the trailer hooked up. Got that one matching the rest of them for now. And it matches with the green. Here it is, all blue. Here it is in blue. I got the tongue in yellow. It's in red. Tongue still yellow. And it's red all the way around. It's purple. And there she is, fully loaded up and lit up. The underglows really lights up the back end of this thing. Look what you see down there. And the green is matching the bike. And here she is in blue. Follow on back. Got blue there. The underglows. All the way back to the back. Wonderful. My setup. Underglows for the trailer. Matching LEDs. And there's the trailer. As you can see, I did a lot to this trailer to make it all mine. These customizations can apply to any trailer that you may purchase on your own. Thanks for watching. Take care.